Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, aka the guy whose game puns are on a different level, and this video we're breaking down the brand new movie Free Guy. The film is filled with hidden cameos, Easter eggs, and cool little details that make it one of the best movies this year. Throughout this video we'll be going over the story and also its ending to give our thoughts on the movie overall. Full spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen it then go and console yourself with another video. Smash the thumbs up button, and Nintendo don't forget to subscribe for breakdowns like this every day. With that out of the way, I hope you're ready player one, now let's get into Free Guy. Okay, so Free Guy follows an NPC known as Guy, played by Ryan Reynolds. Guy slowly discovers that he's actually a video game character trapped inside a Grand Theft Auto-esque simulation. Whilst this seems like a very surface level action comedy, we soon discover that the film is actually a love story between the two developers behind the systems that augment the game. In the movie we meet Millie and Keys, played by Jodie and Keery respectively. Keery actually admitted this week that he doesn't wash his hair as it cleans itself, and I'm just, can celebrities stop sharing this shit please? This is why I don't interview you motherfuckers. Now moving on, these are two characters that created the world's first artificial intelligence, and initially the pair developed a game called Life itself that would allow humanity to observe that
life finds a way.
The system is completely unique, and it allows the life forms inside of it to build their own fully sustained system so that we can see how much better stuff is without what happened in 2020. However, we learn a greedy game developer named Antoine, played by Taika Waititi, had other plans and that he stole this algorithm. He then applied it to Free City as the basis for the NPCs, and this allowed players to come in and basically do whatever they wanted. We discover that Millie has a lawsuit against Antoine, and she breaks into Free City in order to find evidence that he stole the algorithm, and this is where she comes across Guy. Now in the movie we learn that Keys actually planted a program within Guy that would spark up life inside the simulation, and that this would be set off when he came across the love of his life. Guy was someone who was constantly searching for his soulmate, and coming across this would mean that it would spark up something between the two, which would have a knock-on effect inside the sim. As we learn at the end of the movie, Keys actually loved Millie, and he based this soulmate idea on her. Guy passing Millie in the street sets off a chain of events in which he breaks from his programming and begins to learn. He offers to help Millie get what she's after, but she says he's not a high enough level, and as we know, women, they only care when you get to level 69. Now, whereas Free City is pretty much a free-for-all, Guy decides to do good, and slowly he goes viral on the internet as a hero. No one realizes that he's actually an NPC, and everyone, including Millie, starts to fall in love with him. All the girls say he's pretty fly for a white guy, and he catches the attention of not only Millie, but also Pokimane in one of the film's many cameos. Now there's a ton of YouTubers in the film, including Ninja, and also Laserbeam, Dan TDM, and Jacksepticeye. There's also IGN. Bloody IGN, probably give it a 5 out of 10 for being too free of a city. Probably started off the review by saying Free Guy makes you feel like Free Guy. They're idiots. Anyway, the cameos extend beyond this, and since its release, we've also learned that several actors have given their voices to characters in the film. This includes Hugh Jackman, who appears at the start. There's also The Rock, Tina Fey, John Krasinski, and Channing Tatum appears as one of the avatars in probably the funniest scene in the movie. On top of this, Chris Evans shows up at the end when Guy gets some Avengers power-ups, including Captain America's shield and also Hulk's fist. This was possible because Disney recently acquired Fox, and thus they were able to move the rights across for this movie. There's also a lightsaber, and a poster for Deadpool pops up at one point, which is of course a character close to Reynolds' heart. We can also catch the Gravity and Portal gun at one point, and the film is filled to the brim with nods to movies and games. Alex Trebek also appears, and sadly the Jeopardy host passed away in 2020 before this film was released. Now I have to say, the movie is really a blast, and as someone who didn't think it would work, I was pleasantly surprised. The film deals with a lot of themes including individuality, finding a purpose, love, friendship, and also appreciating the good in life. Guy initially has an existential crisis upon learning that he's a game character, and he fears that he's not real. He worries that nothing matters, but if you spend your days just making YouTube videos, does anything matter really? Probably not, but you know, we find the good in life, and that's what Guy very much does with his own existence. Now Antoine is in the middle of launching Free City 2, which will completely replace everything in the first game and mean that Guy's programming is wiped. Though it seems like Millie and Keys' original code is completely missing, they realise that Antoine was too lazy to scrub the reflections, and thus Guy catches it when opening his blinds, a routine that he goes through every day. It's a race against time as they try to get to the island beyond the sea in order to expose Antoine. He throws everything he can at them, including a half-developed bodybuilding clone of Guy with a blue shirt tattoo who he learns called the Dude. Guy manages to beat him and he gets to the island, which exposes the paradise that Millie and Keys developed. Antoine destroys most of the servers, but Millie arrives and says she'll drop the lawsuit if he agrees to leave her code intact. He does, but he's still arrested and is a bit of a dick. Also, shout out how many roles Taika Waititi is getting at the moment. You bloody deserve it. Now, life itself becomes a hit, and Millie visits Guy, who makes her realise that Keys actually loves her. This is the true story of Free Guy, and the pair end up hugging in the street whilst Guy and his friend Buddy are reunited, realising that they're now living in paradise. It's an awesome, very positive way to end the movie, and though a sequel hasn't been announced yet, I'd absolutely love to see the characters return. Now, as for my thoughts on the film, I'm sure you can tell that I really enjoyed it, and it massively exceeded my expectations. Ryan Reynolds always goes above and beyond in the films that he's in, and just in the same way that he managed to elevate Deadpool, the actor took what could have been a pretty mediocre movie and made it to the next level. I absolutely loved all the Easter eggs and cameos too, and it felt like the best adaptation of a Grand Theft Auto game that we could really hope for. It really was a love letter to the way that gaming is right now, and I think that it's great they got so many real world figures involved, as it added a level of authenticity that showed the creative team knew what they were doing. I actually got asked if I wanted to be in Free Guy, but I said I don't work for free, Guy, hey? No, actually, yeah, they rejected me and didn't call me at all, so I'm review bombing the movie, because that's what morons with no life do, isn't it? Anyway, it could have easily just felt like they were just hopping on the craze in order to make money like some other video game movies do, but we get a very deep layered film with a lot to unpack from it. I'm gonna wait until the movie is out digitally, then do a big deep dive on it, but I can't wait to watch it again. Free Guy was great, and in the end I'm scoring it an 8 out of 10. Now obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on Free Guy, so make sure you comment below and let me know. We're running a competition right now and giving away 3 MCU box sets on the 30th of August, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the film. We pick the comments at random at the end of the month, and the winners of the last one are on screen right now, so if that's you, then message me on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers. If you want to see some more Marvel related stuff, then make sure you check out our breakdown of Captain America: The First Avenger. It's an oldie but a goodie, and we found a lot of never before seen Easter eggs and hidden plot details that only now pay off with the first episode of What If. If not, then thank you for sitting until the end of the video. I've been Paul, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.